Concordia University, Wisconsin campus in Mequon. And Game 3 of the 2022 NACC Baseball Tournament. The third-seeded MSOE Raiders take on the second-seeded Benedictine University Eagles. Welcome to our continuing coverage of the NACC Baseball Tournament. My name is Matt Menzel. Gorgeous night for baseball for MSOE. Their second game of the day after beginning the tournament with a victory over Concordia Chicago by the final score of 10-1. Also in action today, it was St. Norbert over Edgewood by a 7-4 final. Our nightcap here on day one will feature St. Norbert and Aurora, and the first elimination game of tomorrow features Concordia Chicago against Edgewood. Loser of this game will play the second game tomorrow at approximately 1 p.m., our second elimination game of the NACC Baseball Tourney. For MSOE, with the victory earlier, they've upped their record to 24 wins and 16 defeats. Next victory will match the program record for wins in a season, that of 25. That was set back in 2018. So MSOE, they've also won 4 consecutive and 7 of 8. The 4-game winning streak matching their season best. For Benedictine, first game action of the day, and Eagles find themselves 26-11 with 20-4 in conference play, good for second place among 13. They have won 5 straight. Nice bounce back after they lost 5 consecutive. Most recently, the Eagles coming off a couple of wins on Sunday, knocking off Dominican on the road 9-1 and 6-3. MSOE will be the away team in this Game 3, and checking out their batting order. Leading things off and playing second base is Brandon Beauchamp, with Kyle Lebeds in right field batting second, and Micah Overly at third base hitting third. Colin Truitt at first base bats cleanup. Blake Hall in left field bats fifth. Batting sixth in center field is Nolan Walchakowski, with Francis Ryan, the designated hitter, batting seventh. Colby Alderden is catching, hitting eighth, and Josh Byer, the shortstop, hits ninth. Once again for MSOE under their head coach Steve Sanfilippo, it is Beauchamp, Lebeds, and Overly, Truitt, Hall, and Walchakowski, Ryan, Alderden, and Byer. Earlier today, announced as the NACC Pitcher of the Year, Robbie Dudzinski. He is the starting pitcher for Benedictine. Dudzinski is 6'4", 215, a senior right-hander out of Elburn, Illinois. And thus far this season, 7 victories, tied for second best in the conference, only 1 defeat, a 2.85 ERA. This being now his 9th appearance and start. 47 in the third innings pitched. They've allowed 19 runs, 15 earned, 42 hits, 54 strikeouts, 14 walks, and an opposing batting average of .237 against. We'll get to the Benedictine defensive lineman in a moment. But up first here, Brandon Beauchamp, the MSOE second baseman. His updated batting average at .384 as he plays in this 39th game, 39th start. First pitch at 4:09 with a game time temperature of 76 degrees. It still feels like 76 despite the wind at about 16 miles per hour. Gorgeous evening for NACC baseball. And again, one of these teams taking that next step towards a NACC tournament championship. The winner of this game will not play again until approximately 7 o'clock tomorrow, with the right to move on to the championship series. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Beauchamp. He strikes out, 1 down. As for the Benedictine defensive alignment in the outfield, it is Andrew Tennyson. You have Alex Cameron and Cole Wilson from left to right. Cameron Falk, Peter Torelli, Ryan Dubeck, and Damon Castillo from third to first. Kyle Williams is catching. Ball one here to Kyle Lebed, the MSOE right fielder. Lebed's hitting .329 at 49 to 149 with a home run and 30 RBIs. He flies out to Cole Wilson. 2 up and 2 down.
Next at the bat, number 38, Micah Overly.
Robbie Dudzinski. He is facing this MSOE lineup for the second time. He pitched in Game 2 of their doubleheader from Glendale, Wisconsin back on April 10th. Winning pitcher in that particular doubleheader in which he lasted 7 1/3. He allowed only a couple of runs, 1 earned on 3 hits, 8 strikeouts, walking 3. He threw 113 pitches in the winning effort. That was a 6-2 Benedictine win after MSOE won a back-and-forth game 1, 11-9. So a split in the regular season from MSOE Raiders Stadium on April the 10th. Micah Overly at 2 balls, 1 strike. Earlier today against Concordia Chicago, Overly 1 for 4 with a walk. Left on base once. MSOE had 10 runs, 11 hits with 1 error. They set the tone by jumping out to a 7-0 lead. Left 8 on base. Foul ball at the netting, count is full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. With that performance, Overly's batting average now at .392. Still red hot. He was named a second-team All-Conference honoree earlier today. A foul ball to stay alive. Hits now in the last 6 consecutive games. He just missed out on a 6th consecutive multi-hit performance. But 13 hits over the last now 6 contests. When these teams met almost, well, at this point, it has been over a month's time. Look at the MSOE lineup, and Overly went 0 for 3 in that game with a couple of strikeouts. The game that Dudzinski pitched it. A 2-out walk will extend this top of the first for Colin Truitt. Umpires behind home plate, Jonathan Haskin. It's Ben Gray on the first base side, and eventually shifting over the left side of the infield will be Mike Slowinski. Truitt taking ball 1. That victory earlier for MSOE up in the record at 11-8 all-time in NACC tournament play. This being their 5th appearance, 2nd straight. Missed out on the NACC tournament back in 2019. 1 ball and 1 strike. Truitt hitting .311. From that earlier contest, only a couple of changes for MSOE. One of those being Walchakowski playing center field. Francis Ryan was an in-game substitute. He now gets to start here in this 2nd game of the tourney. And then Alderden is handling the catching responsibilities. This coming after Nathan Kennedy was beyond the dish in the tournament opener. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. There are 2 down. And a swing and a miss. Count is even. I'll make that full now with 3 balls and 2 strikes. So 3-2 is the count for a 2nd consecutive hitter. And there's ball 4. So back-to-back walks. That with 2 down. And it brings up the left fielder, Blake Hall.
Now batting, number 26, Blake Hall.
Against Concordia Chicago, Blake Hall. He was a tough out. Infield single, a double, another single. Stole a couple of bases, scored 3 runs, scored on a wild pitch. Hits this one to right center. That's going to drop for a base hit. So looking to get to Dudzinski early, all with 2 outs. RBI double for Blake Hall, scoring Micah Overly. MSOE takes a 1-0 lead.
Now batting, number 3, Nolan Wachowski.
So Colin Truitt ends up at third. So on the RBI double brings up Nolan Wachowski. His first opportunity. Had the first game off, but he is playing now in his 30th game, 24th start. Takes a ball down low, count goes to a ball and no strikes. Wachowski with 26 hits, 91 at bats, 1 home run with 19 runs batted in. Here's the 1-0, and a swing and a miss. Count is even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Sophomore from McGuanago, Wisconsin, among 19 underclassmen on this 32-player roster for MSOE. Out of play, and the count at 1-2. Set it off with 2 quick outs. Dudzinski got himself in trouble with back-to-back walks. Now the RBI double for Blake Hall. Hall's 12th double, 35th run batted in. That's a team best. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looking for more with Francis Ryan waiting on deck. Swing and a miss. Wachowski strikes out. 2 Ks for Dudzinski. MSOE scores 1 run. They pick up 1 hit. No errors, a pair left on. Middle of 1. MSOE 1 with Benedictine coming up. Cameron. On the mound for MSOE is Chris Barnes, 6'3", 205, the junior out of Menominee Falls, Wisconsin. He graduated from Sussex Hamilton High School. Barnes playing first base in the tournament opener. Led against Concordia, Chicago. First pitch he throws, misses for ball 1 against Ryan Dubeck. Dubeck, a junior from Illinois. And he is among 18 upperclassmen on this roster of 43 for the Eagles. They brought back 25 from last year, including 6 starters from the field. Top 4 pitchers in terms of ERA as well. The 1-1. Here comes 2 balls and 1 strike. Eagles, the number 2 seed as of May 1st. Regionally ranked 5th. MSOE ranked 8th in the region as of a couple of weeks back. Count even a 2-2. Dubeck, last 3 games, has gone 7 for 13, 3 RBIs, couple of doubles, and 6 runs scored. To short, Josh Byer. Over to first, 1 down. Stats on Chris Barnes, he is 2-4, a 2.70 ERA, this being his 10th appearance, 9th start. 50 innings pitched, having allowed 26 runs, 15 earned on 54 hits. 40 strikeouts, 15 walks with an opposing batting average of 270. This is Cole Wilson. And the freshman from Rosemont, Illinois, taking ball 1. Wilson this season, he is hitting .364 at 43 of 118 with 5 home runs and 25 runs batted in. He was named All-Conference Honorable Mention earlier by the league as far as the postseason honors go. In fact, Cole Wilson was named the NACC Freshman of the Year. Benedictine with 2 out of the 4 of the Year awards. Mentioned already with today's starting pitcher, Robbie Dudzinski, the Pitcher of the Year, and Wilson, the Freshman of the Year. Aurora, they had the NACC Position Player of the Year and the Coach of the Year. Swing and a miss. Wilson striking out. 2 up and 2 down. The MSOE defensive alignment. It's Blake Hall, Nolan Walchakowski, and Kyle Lebeds. The outfield from left to right. Micah Overly, Josh Byer, Brandon Beauchamp, and Colin Truitt from third to first. And Kobe Alterton is catching Barnes. MSOE, 1 error in that first game. So they have now committed a total of 69 errors so far in their first 40 games. Count even at 1 ball, 1 strike to Damon Castillo. Hit a home run in game 1 of the doubleheader between these two teams back on April 10th. Couple hits among 7 plate appearances in the 2 games combined. Count goes to 1-2. He's batting .367 at 55 of 150. 9 home runs and third in the conference with 45 runs batted in. That's strike 3, a drop third strike, and Castillo's going to reach first base. So a drop third strike goes down as a strikeout. But Castillo able to reach. No, maybe not. That was the initial call from home plate umpire Jonathan Haskin. And apparently in reality, Castillo never moved the bat. So the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes as opposed to a strikeout and a drop third strike. Down low for a ball. It's now 3-2. Yeah, initially, though, home plate umpire Jonathan Haskin moved out of the way and allowed that run, that throw, that hustle to develop. There's ball 4. There are also a couple of extra pitches for the sake of it. As Castillo finds his way out, regardless, thanks to a walk. And now Kevin Bushnell, the designated hitter. Bushnell named second team All-Conference. He was outstanding a year ago, which included 17 home runs, second most in a single season of program history. Missed the record by a couple. Last year he was All NACC South Division, an All-American and All-Region selection, and a D3Baseball.com preseason All-American prior to the start of this season. Bushnell, kind of even up at 1-1 was the NACC Position Player of the Week back on March the 22nd. One of a couple of weekly honors that have come the Eagles' route so far this season. The 1-1 becomes 1-2. Benedictine trying to respond after MSOE able to take the one-run lead in their half of the first, thanks to a two-out RBI double by Blake Hall, scoring Micah Overly. Bushnell, foul ball. Ricochets off the netting next door to the what is now the MSOE first base dugout. They were in the third base dugout earlier today. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 on with 2 outs. Pitch from Barnes. Out to center. Walchakowski slides and makes the catch. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on. Through 1, 1-0 MSOE.
Now batting, number 31, Francis Ryan.
The third-seeded MSOE Raiders lead the second-seeded Benedictine Eagles by a 1-0 score through 1. Francis Ryan leads things off for the Raiders here in the top of inning number 2 in the first pitch. He smacks back off the netting for a foul ball. Mentioned he eventually subbed in the tournament opener against Concordia Chicago. A pinch hitter turned DH. He would fly out to center for out number 1 before he would draw a base loaded walk and pick up an RBI. Part of a 3-run 8th. MSOE just missed out on into that game half inning early by utilizing the 10-run rule. But a good win for MSOE, who has now beaten Concordia Chicago in 3 consecutive meetings. That's the first time they've beaten Concordia Chicago in a NACC tournament, at least here at Capco Park, in 4 tries. Ryan strikes out. 3 strikeouts now for Dudzinski.
Now batting, number 25, Kobe Alderman.
The high 4 strikeouts in the game for Dudzinski is 10. He's done it twice. He had 10 strikeouts against UW Eau Claire back on March the 23rd, also with a 10 strikeout performance against Edgewood on April the 24th. 0-1 here to Kobe Alderden, the Raiders' starting catcher. Longest outing for Dudzinski, 7 1/3, which came against these Raiders. Actually threw 113 pitches. The most pitches he's thrown in an outing, at least among the box scores of which pitch count was kept. 118 at Lakeland back on April 4th. And that was in 6 1/3 innings. 118 pitches in what was a 12-3 Eagles victory. He's thrown upwards of 30 at this point. Has the count even up at 2-2. Most walks he's allowed, 3 against MSOE. He's walked 2 so far in this one already. Swing and a miss. Got altered into chase. 3 straight strikeouts. And there are 2 down here in the top of number 2. That brings up the shortstop, Josh Beyer. Beyer came into the day with hits in 22 of 38 games played. Went 1 for 4 with a couple of runs scored. A strikeout was left on base against Concordia Chicago. Luxury again in that game for an MSOE fan, missed out. You have the fact that starting pitcher Nolan Vincent went the distance. His 4th complete game, 213 pitches in doing so. So it is a well-rested bullpen moving forward for the Raiders. Two balls and 1 strike to Beyer. Count even at 2-2. Looking for a 1-2-3 second after facing 6. Having to work to get that third out in the first. Just missed. And the count runs full at 3-2. This was the issue back in the first. First 2 outs came quickly, but then back-to-back walks. And MSOE in the clutch with an RBI double. Out of play by Beyer. Top of the order, and Brandon Beauchamp waiting on deck. Early stages, Game 3, 2022 NACC Baseball Tournament. To short, Torelli. 1, 2, 3. Go the Raiders. Middle of 2, score stage 1-0, MSOE. Bottom of the second upon us, and back to work goes Chris Barnes facing Andrew Tennyson, Cameron Falk, and Peter Torelli. Longest outing this season for Barnes, 7 2/3. That came back game 1 of a doubleheader at Aurora on April the 16th. And ball 1 to Tennyson. Last outing for Barnes coming Friday at Marion. Lasted 5 1/3, took the loss. That was a 6-5 defeat at the hands of the Sabres. Unable to hang on. Heck of an effort there by Nolan Walchakowski in center on the dive. And Andrew Tennyson able to reach on a base hit. Hit number 1 for Benedictine.
Now batting number 33.
Eagles number 3 in the conference in team batting average. Came in 3rd in runs, 5th in hits, 3rd in extra base hits, 3rd in home runs. Among some of the numbers that jump out when breaking down their offensive numbers and rankings. Swing and a miss here by Cameron Falk. He's batting .261 as he makes his 22nd game appearance, 16th start. The 0-1. Falk takes strike 2. Five straight wins for Benedictine coming in. Their longest win streak is 9. Nine straight wins for Benedictine. That began with a Game 2 win at MSOE back on April 10th. Was snapped in non-conference play by a Quality North Central program on April the 26th. That began a 5-game skid, but since rebounding to win the last 5 straight. It's been a streaky last month or so, last couple of months. But the longest win streak is 9, longest losing streak is 5. Team got off to a 1-3 start, but would win 5 straight. They've only lost multiple games twice since, which includes that aforementioned 5-game skid. Falk to short, Byer to second for 1. The relay is going to be half a second late. Byer to Beauchamp on the fielder's choice.
Now batting number 23, Peter Torelli.
One down for Peter Torelli, the Benedictine shortstop. But in conference play, the Eagles, 9 sweeps, couple of splits, only swept 1 time. That was by Concordia Chicago, which occurred on April the 29th. A big sweep coming into play as far as the tie-breaking procedures go, and 3-way tie for 5th place. And that came into play among Edgewood, Concordia, Wisconsin, and Concordia, Chicago, with both Edgewood and Concordia, Chicago earning spots 5 and 6 among the tournament field. Nothing in 2 against Torelli. Torelli batting .320. 32 of 100 with a home run, 15 runs batted in. That home run came Game 1 on Saturday against Rockford. The 5 straight wins, 1 against Concordia, Wisconsin, twice against Rockford, twice against Dominican. This recent string of success. The 0-2. Nice diving stab. Beauchamp, high throw, and it brings Truitt off the first base bag. Everything right but the throw. Had that throw been on the mark, they would have certainly gotten Torelli. Heck of an effort by Beauchamp. And so an E4, first and second, with 1 down. Second error of the day against MSOE, first in this game. And again, now the team's 70th on the season. Here's the catcher, Kyle Williams. He watches strike 1. Barnes having very little issue getting ahead of hitters. Now looking to stay ahead. Williams hitting .231. No balls and a strike. To short. Byer to second for one. Relay is a bit high, and again off the bag is Colin Truitt. You cannot assume a double play, so no throwing error, but a 6-4 fielder's choice. To third base goes Falk.
Now batting, number 3, Alex.
Boy, that relay, Beauchamp so quick. And get rid of the ball, but a little high with the toss. Cost him a DP. So a couple of fielders' choices. That goes 6-4 for out number 2. Runners at the corner. Alex Cameron looking to deliver in the clutch with 2 down. That number 9 slot for Benedictine. A 220 hitter and throw back to first. Williams is back. Not a threat. At least not typically. He has 1 steal, 1 try. Benedictine 39 steals as a whole this season and 56 attempts. Alex Cameron with 6 runs batted in. A chance to tie, if not give Benedictine lead, depending on where he can dump this baseball. Watches strike 2, and he falls behind 0-2. 2 on with 2 outs in the home half of the second. A hit and an error have factored into this second for Benedictine. And the pitch from Barnes. A swing and a miss. Cameron strikes out for out number 3. Eagles with no runs. They pick up 1 hit with 1 error and a pair stranded. Through 2, score stays 1-0.
Up to bat, number 23, Brandon Beauchamp.
1-0 MSOE, top of number 3, top of the Raiders lineup. And the first pitch, a strike taken by Brandon Beauchamp, who would strike out for the first out to start this ball game. Happy to have you with us for coverage of the 2022 NACC Baseball Tournament. 1 hopper to short. Torelli throws out Beauchamp. We'll be with you throughout the course next 3+ days. At least 10 games, possibly 11, depending on how things pan out. Another 4 games on the docket on Friday, including the first 3 of the elimination variety. Ball 1 here to Kyle Abeds. Whoever wins this game is moving on to the 7 o'clock time slot tomorrow night. And the winner of that game will automatically be 1/2 of the championship potential series. Loser of this game will play in the second elimination game at 1 p.m. tomorrow against the loser of our nightcap, which will feature Aurora and St. Norbert. That comes your way at approximately 7 p.m. Foul ball. It is out of Capco Park. Couple of ball shaggers today, not many. Another foul ball to that direction, so the ball shagger will get an opportunity to retrieve not one, but a couple of baseballs. Slim pickings during exam week. Graduation for some in about 24 hours. Labeds, right center, long run, and the catch is made. Alex Cameron out there in the triangle of defenders.
Number 28, Micah Overley.
Alex Cameron able to make that catch. Boy, you had Cole Wilson and Ryan Dubeck going back on the ball as well. A triangular formation and a catch for Cameron, and they're 2 down. Micah Overly watching ball 1. He was all NACC North Division 1 year ago. On top of being named a second teamer earlier today for this season. 3 out of the 6 all-conference performers back for MSOE. They brought back some good experience and talent from last year. He did not go off the appeal to Mike Slowinski, the third base umpire. 15 of 19 with at-bats back for MSOE, including 6 out of their top 7 hitters. To first, Castillo wins the foot race. A 3-run assist to retire Micah Overly. MSOE retired 1-2-3 for a second consecutive inning. Middle of 3, score remains 1-0 Raiders. Baseball here at Capco Park in Mequon, Wisconsin. We move to the bottom of number 3 here in Game 3 of the 2022 NACC Baseball Tournament. Ryan Dubeck and the top of the Benedictine order here against Chris Barnes. Dubeck watching strike 1. This for Benedictine. 12th NACC tournament appearance. 12 victories, 22 defeats. They've yet to win the NACC tournament championship. A team that last qualified for the NCAA tournament 2013 as an at-large. That was the 8th and final appearance under longtime head coach John Ostrowski, who was the head man from 1973 through 2015. Now it's Adam Smith, the 3-time NACC Coach of the Year, who was the head coach at Concordia, Chicago prior to making the move to Lisle, Illinois. A ball and 2 strikes, and a foul ball that direction. Coach Smith, 7th year with Benedictine. Head coach at CUC from 2011 through 2015, winning 3 NACC tournament championships during that stretch, all right here at Capco Park. Another foul ball, this time over the grandstand. Now at Capco Park, Benedictine has lost their last 4 NACC tournament games. Their last win on this field in NACC tournament play was May 11th of 2017 over Dominican 4-3. Tapper. Boshaw Nice throw in time to first. Bang, bang play. A little gas on that throw to throw out Dubeck. One down.
Now batting, number 14, Cole Wilson.
Here's the right fielder, Cole Wilson. That year back in 2017 was a great start, promising start for Benedictine with the victory. They were feeling good, and then all of a sudden, lost to Concordia Chicago, lost to Aurora, and that tournament bid was over. In their NACC history, they have 0 tournament championships and 1 regular season title. They were co-champs with Rockford back in 2008. Wilson to short. Byer is there and easily throws out Wilson.
Now batting, number 28, Sammy Castillo.
Now, Benedictine would have been a tough out back in 2019, but they were not eligible for the NACC tournament that year. They were a third-place finisher, but not eligible as they were, at that point, exploring the possibilities. Realistic at that time, they were going Division II. Base hit here for Damon Castillo. On base for the second time, hit number 2 for the Eagles. The 2-out single keeps things rolling here for Kevin Bushnell.
Now batting, number 27, Kevin Bushnell.
Yeah, Benedictine was headed the Division II route, and so they were deemed ineligible for NACC postseason play in 2019. But after a change into the guard, if you will, at Benedictine University, a change in direction, electing to forego the D2 route and stay Division III and stay in the NACC. But that really had gained some momentum, some traction. Already talk about potential conference. Things were happening. A ball and no strikes becomes 2-0. And of course, they had the COVID year of 2020. Got off to a 4-3 start before the season was paused and eventually canceled. At least 20 wins for Benedictine every year since 2016, not including that COVID-shortened year. Another 26 wins this year. Two balls, one strike. That's a liner to first, deflects off Truitt. Looking for the recovery. Oh, they got him. Off the recovery, it deflected off of Truitt to Beauchamp, back to Truitt. It's almost like a 3-4-3 putout. And right now, Benedictine can't believe it. The first base umpire, Ben Gray, may ask for help, or maybe not. He's going to come over and talk with head coach Adam Smith, who was in disbelief from his third base coach's box. Wow. That was off of Truitt, deflected to Beauchamp, back to Truitt. A little 3-4-3 action for out number 3. No runs, a hit, no errors, 1 left on, 3 in the book. It stays 1-0. MSOE.
Leading off for the Raiders, number 15.
In between innings, all three umpires came together, discussed who saw what, call stands. To put it into the bottom of the third, a 3-4-3 put out of Kevin Bushnell. Top of the fourth, and Colin Trudeau was part of that 3-4-3, a big part of that 3-4-3. He had the ball deflect off him, and then got back into position to field the throw from Bolshaw. Quickly behind 0-2. Would walk his first plate appearance left at third base. 7 straight retired. That by Dudzinski. Coming off back-to-back 1-2-3 half innings. He has 4 strikeouts at 1.3 straight. Foul ball is going to land well out of play. They have one ball shagger today, and she is getting a workout. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Truitt strikes out. Third time in 4 innings that Dudzinski has began an inning with a strikeout. And it brings up the left fielder, Blake Hall, with an RBI double. His RBI double right now is your difference maker in this third NACC baseball tournament game. It scored Micah Overly in the first. Big swing and miss for Blake Hall. MSOE, of course, back for their 5th NACC tournament appearance. Here last year in the North Division tourney and lost in the championship series against Concordia, Wisconsin. Around that same time, Benedictine, they fell in the NACC South Division Tournament Championship Series against Aurora. But MSOE last year lost to Concordia, Wisconsin, beat Lakeland, beat Marion, lost to Concordia, Wisconsin, 8-0. What became the championship game. Shut out with 4 hits, leaving 7 on base. That was their biggest downfall in the 2 losses against Concordia, Wisconsin last year. Number of men left on base. Opportunities there, but the timely hit was not. In that first game, they left 12 on base in a 4-2 final, after being up 1-0 at one point. The left on base stats so far have not come into play. See if that continues to be true or not. There's a called strike 3, and Blake Hall is out number 2. Boy, Dudzinski
Number 3,
trying to find that groove. So another strikeout to his total. That gives him 6. That was impressive, too. He caught the eye of Blake Hall. An emphatic punch out from home plate umpire Jonathan Haskin. And again, these 6 strikeouts now for Dudzinski. He has over 60 pitches now in this game. One ball, 1 strike to Walchakowski. He would strike out for number 3 in the first. Count goes to 1-2. Last to reach, Blake Hall back in the first. That RBI double. 9 straight retired. 10 straight retired. Another punch out. A strike out of the side for Robbie Dudzinski. Showing people why he was the NACC pitcher of the year. Middle of 4. It's 1-0 MSOE. Bottom of the fourth,
Leading off for the Eagles, number
1-0
13,
MSOE.
Tennyson.
Andrew Tennyson leading things off for the Eagles. Chris Barnes coming off a 4-batter third, which included 3 groundouts after also allowing a base hit. So far, 4 have been left on base for the Eagles. Their best scoring chance, that came in the third, leaving a runner at third base, that being Cameron Falk. Stage 1-0 in a game that has featured 3 hits. The scary part, too, of your MSOE right now is the fact that Robbie Dudzinski finding rhythm. He has retired 10 straight, coming off a strike out of the side. Hoping the pitching and defense can protect this 1-run lead. And Benedictine with the ability to score in bunches. Most of their damage this season has been done in the middle innings. When you look at some of their run breakdowns, the majority of the runs have been scored in the 5th innings of ball games. We'll see if that continues to, again, ring true for the Eagles as we go along. But right now it's 3 balls and a strike to Tennyson. Shallow center. Late break, but nice recovery from Walchakowski. Leadoff man's been retired in 3 out of the first 4 innings. Brings up the third baseman, Cameron Falk, who would reach on a fielder's choice, and he, as mentioned, was left 90 feet away in the 2nd inning. This season, Falk with 4 multi-hit games and 4 multi-RBI games. Among some of his offensive highlights, he falls behind 0-1. Foul ball, third base, left field line. He got the first game off, but not game 2 on Sunday against Dominican from Schaumburg, Illinois. In that second game, he had a sacrifice going 0 for 1 with a couple of runs, scored an RBI and a walk. Again, a couple of wins for the Eagles over the Stars. 9-1, 6-3. 24 hits for Benedictine in those 2 games. Game 1, they jumped in front 5-0. Game 2, actually fell behind 2-0 before bouncing back to score the next 4 runs and eventually winning 6-3. That game highlighted by a Kevin Bushnell home run. Incoming, a Bill the Cat Pie catch for Walchakowski. Falk is out number 2. Game 1 would see Damon Castillo come through with a couple of doubles and a home run. He was among 8 Eagles with hits. He was among 5 with multi-hits, and he went 4 for 5 in that performance. That was the last time they were in action on Sunday. Boy, some exciting days of baseball this past weekend for those that follow the conference, waiting to see how the tournament field would play out. Had to wait until later on Monday for the full tournament field to be announced, waiting for the results from a wild doubleheader between Marion and Concordia Chicago. But after what has been just a dismal spring weather-wise, able to get all conference games in. And now finally tournament play upon us. Count goes to 1-2. Peter Torelli reached on a knee for out at second base on a fielder's choice. Torelli to second. Beauchamp will throw him out. And Benedictine's retired 1-2-3 for the first time today. After 4, it stays 1-0 MSOE.
At the end of the fourth inning, Raiders 1, Eagles 0.
Top of the fifth, a one-run lead for MSOE. Bottom three in the order facing Robbie Dudzinski, who's retired the last 10 straight faced. Starts things off for the ball to Francis Ryan. 3 out of the first 4 innings have started with a strikeout. Dudzinski coming off a strikeout to the side. A ball and no strikes becomes 2-0. Second time that Dudzinski has had a 3 straight strikeout spree in this game. Foul ball, count goes to 2-1. RBI double by Blake Hall with 2 outs. Following back-to-back walks with 2 outs in the first. The reason why MSOE is up 1-0 right now. Out to left center. This could be trouble, and it will. In fact, 1 hop off the fence. That split both Alex Cameron and Andrew Tennyson. A double for Francis Ryan.
Coming for the plate now, number 25, Kobe Alderton.
Francis Ryan with only his second double of the year, as he makes his 10th start of the year, 20th game appearance. And he is the first MSOE base runner since the RBI double by Blake Hall in the first. So both hits for the Raiders have been of the double variety. Kobe Alderton. And back to second base, Ryan. Alderton came into the day hitting 184. This MSOE team came in second best batting average in the league. Second in runs, second in hits. A sacrifice, and a 1-4 putout with Dubeck covering the first base bag. Ryan now 90 feet away. So Alderton does his job. Able to move the runner over, and now a couple outs to work with. Bringing up Josh Byer. Byer would ground out to short, out number 3. Part of a 1-2-3 seconds. He now has a chance to record an RBI. Looking for the squeeze. It's going to work. 2-0 MSOE after Dudzinski tried to shovel pass it over. Unable to get enough of a flip on the baseball. Only out
at the top of the order, number 23, Brandon.
Is Byer at first. And it's 2-0 Raiders. 2 down. And a swing and a miss by Bolshaw. So how about that? You know what they can do to add an insurance run and some squeeze action. Dudzinski again try to get enough of the ball to kind of shovel pass it, scoop it over to the catcher, Williams, but unable to get enough of the baseball. And nice recovery, though, to get at least in out. But a big insurance run here for the Raiders. Meanwhile, it's a ball and a couple of strikes here to Beauchamp. On a break out of his 0-for-2 start. Byer gets an RBI. Make it officially 3-2 apparently. That being Byer's first run batted in so far in this tournament. Foul ball. Josh Byer, no stranger to RBI performances, multiple RBI performances. He did what he needed to do. Beauchamp strikes out. And just like that, 8 strikeouts now for Robbie Dudzinski, but a RBI squeeze has MSOE leading 2-0, middle of 5. Now a 2-run deficit for Benedictine, bottom of the 5th. Kyle Williams, Alex Cameron, and Ryan Dubeck. Barnes coming off his first 1-2-3 frame. Williams got into a fielder's choice. First time up. As he watches ball 1. Again, one more game still to come on this Thursday. And a matchup between St. Norbert and Aurora, the top seed. The losers from this game and that game will meet in the elimination game tomorrow. The 2 winners will be in the winner's bracket and play at 7 tomorrow with the right to move on to the championship game. Two and 1 to Williams. Always interesting to see, and we've talked about this, and we'll continue to talk about it throughout these next few days, how teams approach these tournament games and who they go with pitching-wise. And if you're Benedictine, the NACC Pitcher of the Year, giving it a go here in Game 1. They like not to take any chances. For MSOE, their top pitcher is yet to make an appearance in this tourney, that being Tyler Gronert. Came in number 1 in the conference, 9 victories, couple of defeats. Third best in the NACC, 2.20 ERA. So he's still in the back pocket going forward for the Raiders, regardless of where they may end up come tomorrow. Leadoff walk for Williams. Leadoff man aboard for only the second time so far for Benedictine. And now Alex Cameron. He would strike out for round number 3 in the second. When you look at Benedictine's numbers, you have Justin Sosa as an option. He has been one of the regular starters along with Steven Surik. A senior lefty out of Montgomery, Illinois, have been the regulars in the rotation. Thereafter, next most starting appearances belong to Andrew Kurz. He is a junior right-hander out of Huntley, Illinois, with 5 starts on the year, 1-1 with a 6.21 ERA. You figure at some point all will figure into Benedictine's success or lack thereof over the next couple of days. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cameron with a base hit to right. Stop it at second base, Williams. First and second with nobody out. So Benedictine starting to make some noise with the bats. What a surprise. It's the 5th inning. I mentioned when you break down inning success, the most runs in an inning for Benedictine scored occurs in the 5th. They've outscored opponents 59-15 in the 5th innings of games this season. So this tends to be a turning point in many games involving the Eagles. Hoping that continues to be the trend. Look at a bunt, bringing the bat back and taking ball 1. Does Ryan Dubeck. Best part 2 again if you're Benedictine. Now top of the order. MSOE bullpen is active. A well-rested, ready-to-go bullpen. That even goes back to the way the regular season ended with the convincing wins against St. Norbert. Not many, if any, used out of that bullpen this past weekend. A bunt. Only play will be to first. Just in time. A sacrifice for Dubeck. But the tying runs are now in scoring position.
Now batting number 14, Cole Wilson.
1 down for Cole Wilson. On Saturday, MSOE went to the bullpen, used just 2 pitchers the entire game outside of their starters for the doubleheaders. We have a mound visit. Brandon Miller, the listed pitching coach for MSOE. An opportunity here for the Eagles, 2nd and 3rd with Cole Wilson. One of those pitchers used. I'll check that. As the conference is broken up. MSOE also has a Cole Wilson. He was used out of the bullpen against St. Norbert on Saturday. This is Benedictine's Cole Wilson. So each team with a Cole Wilson. Perhaps we might get a Cole Wilson versus Cole Wilson matchup at some point before all said and done. But this Cole Wilson with an opportunity to tie the game. Corner field up for MSOE. And taking ball 1. Trying to break out of his 0-for-2 start to the game. And time is granted to Wilson. Last 4 games, he's gone 6 for 17, 4 RBIs, couple of doubles, 3 runs scored. Wilson to right. Should be deep enough to score 1. We'll have to wait and see how Lebeds handles this throw. And he will, in fact, go toward 3rd. Keeping Cameron at 2nd. Williams scores. RBI sac fly for Cole Wilson. It's now 2-1 MSOE here in the bottom of the fifth. RBI sac fly to right. Lopez able to get behind the baseball to have a little momentum in his throw. Keeping Cameron at second base. Now Damon Castillo, a walk and a single. He's been stranded twice. 4 have been left on base for Benedictine. He takes strike 1. At the moment, the activity in the MSOE bullpen has subsided. Nice stop by Alderden, count even at 1-1. So Cameron represents the tying run at second base. One ball, one strike, one on, 2 outs. Home half of the fifth. First NACC tournament game of the year for Benedictine, second already of the day for MSOE. Foul ball, and the sure hands of Coach Smith over in the third base coach's box. Played his college baseball at Carthage from 1995 through 99. Was an assistant there before assisting at Concordia, Chicago, and then taking over the Cougars' headed job and then moving to Benedictine. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Castillo up the middle, deflected by Barnes. Looking to recover and unable to do so, Byer. A hit for Castillo. That ball is hard hit. Deflected off of Barnes. And then Byer trying to recover.
Number 37, Kevin Bushnell.
Runners at the corner now with 2 down off the infield single. Opportunity here with Kevin Bushnell. Flew out to center. Part of that bang-bang 3-4-3, third out in the third. He's been the third out each of his 2 plate appearances, trying to avoid the trifecta. Taking ball 1. Benedictine's been waiting to make some noise offensively and piecing together here in the fifth with 1 run in off of a couple of hits. Benefiting from a leadoff walk. An RBI sac fly from Cole Wilson has cut the deficit in half. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A tip into the glove of Alderden. Middle infield plays back for MSOE. Third baseman Micah Overly beyond the third base bag, and Truitt on the first base bag, looking to keep Castillo close. The 1-2. That missed. It's 2-2. Sixth batter here in the fifth. Swing and a miss, strike 3. For the third time in this game, Bushnell is out number 3 in an inning. In this case, it comes in the fifth with the tying run left 90 feet away.
Now batting number 4, Kyle Levent.
Top of the 6th inning. Good one here in Game 3 of this 2022 NACC Baseball Tournament. MSOE 2, Benedictine 1. MSOE the 3 seed, Benedictine the 2 seed. And a ball thrown here by Dudzinski to Kyle Lebeds. 2-3-4 portion of the MSOE lineup. Lebeds out to right. Wilson going back, still going back. Will one hop off the wall. Thinking 3. Lebeds will get to third without a throw. He slides for good measure. A leadoff triple here in the 6th. Kyle Lebeds able to put the pedal to the metal. He is now tied for the team lead. That's his 6th triple. In a ballpark that was built for extra base hits, especially triples, Lebeds with the first triple of the tournament. Brings up Micah Overly, infield in for Benedictine. Overly out to center. Cameron still going back. He'll catch it, but it's deep enough to allow Lebeds to tag and score. MSOE gets that run right back. RBI sac fly for Micah Overly. Raiders lead 3-1. And now Colin Truitt. Ball is flying. We have seen some lift, we have seen some carry throughout the course of this day with the wind still blowing off the lake. Nothing in 2 to Truitt. Ball high and away, count goes to 1-2. He would walk in the first, strikeout in the 4th. Able to stay alive. So a big-time response here for the Raiders. Looking for a long stay here at Capco Park. Looking for a successful stay here at Capco Park. Here's a called strike 3. Truitt strikes out for the 2nd time, and there are 2 down. Another strikeout for Dudzinski, his 9th of the game.
Now batting number 26, Blake Hall.
So he's on the verge of matching as high at 10, accomplished twice, and last on April the 24th. Blake Hall, first pitch he sees, he hammers to right. Turn around, look up, that ball is out of here. A no-doubter for Blake Hall. 4-1 MSOE. His 3rd home run of the season. A solo shot to right.
Now batting number 3, Nolan Wachikowski.
And with 2 down, it brings up Nolan Wachikowski. That is Blake Hall's first home run since Game 2 at Illinois Tech on April the 24th. Three-run MSOE lead. And a foul ball for Wachikowski. MSOE back in 2016. Lost in the championship game to Concordia Chicago. In 2017, they went 2-2, lost on the final day of competition. Just missed out on the championship series. Lost in 15 innings against Concordia, Wisconsin, 7-5. base hit left field. Back-to-back hits with 2 down. And now Francis Ryan. Went 2-2 in the NACC tournament in 2018. In 2019, lost out in the tiebreaker with Illinois Tech for the final NACC tournament spot. And last year, going 2-2 in the NACC North Division tournament. So they've had some lengthier stays. They've been a tough out every time they've qualified for the NACC tournament, with at least a couple of wins in each of their 4 appearances. Looking to start 2-0 here on day 1. And now some run support here for Barnes and company. Count here at no balls and 2 strikes to Francis Ryan. So a triple for Kyle Lebeds and a solo home run by Blake Hall. And a 3-run lead. There's a ball. The throw, one hops and gets by shortstop Peter Torelli. A steal of second base for Walchikowski. One ball, 2 strikes. Off into the bat, base hit left field. Walchikowski being sent around third, now he is held up. Quickly getting the ball back into the infield, Andrew Tennyson. Runners at the corner. 3 straight hits since the second out recorded. And now a mound visit for Benedictine. No sign has been made yet to the bullpen. Again, the longest outing for Dudzinski, 7 1/3. He's had 2 outings of 7+. Otherwise, between 6 and 7 is about the norm. And right now, MSOE making them work overtime for that 3rd out. Four hits in the inning. 6 for the game for MSOE. Mound visit over. And Francis Ryan will head back to first. Walchikowski at third, and Colby Alderton will dig in. Swing and a miss, big cut. Lost his balance in the process. Able to recover, avoiding the fall. Watches strike 2. Raiders came to Capco Park. Confidence, a little bit of swagger. Playing with a great deal of confidence. Swing and a miss. They say it was a tip into the glove of Williams, able to hang on for the strikeout. 10 Ks for Dudzinski to match his season best for the 3rd time. A 10
Now batting, number 13, Andrew Tennyson.
Even more work to be done now for Benedictine, down 4-1. Bottom of the 6th inning. And Andrew Tennyson will lead things off. He is 1 for 2 at the plate. Chris Barnes, a little more of a safety net now to work with. He has thrown 83 pitches. He has relied on the defense to make plays behind. Ball's been in play more times than not. 3 strikeouts, couple of walks on his stat line. And the defense, outside of 1 error, has been making those plays. Catch made by Blake Hall, and Tennyson retired. 1 left fielder to another. And that's the way the bottom of the 6th gets started. This coming after Blake Hall with a solo home run to right, launching his first home run since April the 24th. 1 down for Cameron Falk. A fielder's choice and an F8 on his line. Watching strike 1. Foul ball to fitting field. Mentioned earlier, they have 1 ball shagger working this game. Responsible for every foul ball leaves Capco Park, and she has been all over the place. Parking lot, fitting field, grandstand. Not moving fast, but she's getting those foul balls. Certainly getting steps in at this point. Working up a sweat. It's a hot one today. Couple of balls, couple of strikes here to Cameron Falk. MSOE playing back the way their infield set up. The 2-2 from Barnes. A swing and a miss. Strikeout 4 for Barnes.
Now batting, number 23, Peter Torelli.
Again, his longest outing, 7 2/3. 6 about the norm. 90 pitches now thrown by Barnes as he faces Torelli, who watches strike 1. He reached on a knee forward, ground to second base for out number 3 in the 4th. That's lifted toward fitting field. Tell the ball shagger, stay there. Don't move. Sad part is she has to take the scenic route to get into the soccer lacrosse venue. You can see her from here. She's in the woods. She's lost. You need to get her a tracking device for directions to the entryway of fitting field. 1, 2, 3, go the Eagles. We're through 6. 4-1 MSOE. Top of the seventh, a 4-1 MSOE lead in this third game of the 2022 NACC Baseball Tournament from Capco Park in Mequon, Wisconsin. Happy to have you with us. One more to go on this Thursday. St. Norbert and Aurora. Winner of that game will join the winner of this game in a winner's bracket matchup tomorrow night. No balls, one strike to Josh Beyer. That's going out the short, also laid down the sacrifice, the squeeze. Led to a second MSOE run, a big second run in the fifth. As Benedictine got as close as a run and left the tying run 90 feet away in the fifth. Dudzinski over 100 pitches to his total, tying his season best with 10 strikeouts. Two and two. 10 strikeouts, couple of walks. But he's allowed 4 runs off of 6 hits. There is a new season best of 11 strikeouts for Robbie Dudzinski. One down and to the top of the order, Brandon Beauchamp.
Leading at the top of the order, number 23, Brandon Beauchamp.
Only 2 players in this lineup of 9 that have not struck out at least once for the Raiders. And that would be Labeds and Overly, number 2 and 3 in the lineup, on deck in the hole as we speak. Nothing in one here to Beauchamp. As you expect, at 107 plus pitches now, the bullpen, there is activity for Benedictine. There was for MSOE, and waiting to see if Barnes can give it one more inning. That's hammered. Will it stay fair? A foul ball. Absolutely smashed by Beauchamp. Looking for his first hit in this game. His hitting streak at 14 games in jeopardy. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Baseball given here to Dudzinski. He was without a ball for a second. Hard to pitch without a baseball. That missed high and outside, and the count even at 2 and 2. Foul ball off the netting. Another good fight here. That just missed despite the frame job by Williams. 3 and 2. Payoff pitch. Another foul ball. We were commenting on the ball shagger earlier and have to report all baseballs hit toward fitting field apparently have been fouled, maybe not by her, but by somebody. Apparently she has her own territory. She's standing right now watching. That one over the grandstand, that's somebody else's problem. Beauchamp again will stay in the field of play and be put away by Cole Wilson. Every now and then, though, regardless if it's home or away, especially with teams with bigger rosters, there's a designated player that typically is in charge of chasing after foul balls on their side of the ballpark. So if it's hit first base side, it'd be an MSOE player, third base side, a Benedictine player, We'll go chasing after. In some cases, it gives some of these guys something to do. Some race each other for those foul balls. The 0-1. And the count even up at 1 ball, 1 strike to Kyle Lebeds. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Dudzinski already with 3 1-2-3 innings. Looking for a 4th. Ball popped up. And put away by Alex Cameron for out number 3. MSOE retired 1-2-3. It's the 7th inning stretch. 4-1 Raiders. Bottom of the 7th inning and still pitching Chris Barnes. He has thrown 93 pitches. Looking more and more likely that we have seen the last of Robbie Dudzinski. As he came off the field, he was hugging and shaking hands with all of his teammates, making his way toward the third base dugout. Perhaps the final time that Dudzinski pitches as an Eagle, depending on what happens here this weekend. He is among 9 seniors and a grad student on this Eagles roster. Out to right. Lebeds retires Williams.
Now batting number 3, Alex.
Brings up Alex Cameron. 1 for 2, a strikeout for out number 3 in the 2nd, a base hit left at third base in the 5th. To third, but foul. Byer retires Alex Cameron. 2 down.
Now
Top of the order, and Ryan Dubeck.
Ryan Dubeck.
Dubeck with a couple of grounds and a sacrifice bunt. Going after the first pitch and get just enough of it, but sent into the backstop area. Behind 0-1. 0-2. Boy, Barnes has that body language. Give me the ball, I'm ready to go. And we've seen that in this game throughout. Both starting pitchers have found some rhythm, had some moments where everything's in sync. And Barnes finding that groove now. He's trying to. He's retired the last 6 he has faced. Looking for a second consecutive 1-2-3 inning. Third in this game. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Round 3 between the Raiders and Eagles. Each team winning 1. Back on April 10th. The 2-2. And again, it's going to be Byer. Hustling the throw, off the stretch. Oh, what a play at first base by Colin Truitt. The stretch, able to keep the foot on the first base bag, and a 6-3 ground out. 1-2-3 go the Eagles. We are through 7, 4-1 MSOE.
Leading off for the Raiders, number 28, Micah Overly.
Top of the 8th, the new pitcher for Benedictine is Andrew Kurz. 6'3", 190, the junior right-hander out of Huntley, Illinois, and a foul ball from Micah Overly. Second time that Kurz has faced MSOE. Nice stab. Tough throw. Oh, it's off the glove of first baseman Damon Castillo. Had he been able to hang on, they may have gotten Overly. An off-balance throw. And from Dubeck. That's going to be a hit for Overly. That's a tough play. And now Colin Truitt. Swing and a miss. Last time Kurz faced MSOE on April 10th, he lasted 3 innings, allowing 6 runs, all earned on 9 hits. 5 strikeouts and a walk, throwing 69 pitches. What was an 11-9 loss for the Eagles? He last pitched on Sunday at Dominican. Before that, he pitched 1 inning on Saturday against Rockford. 1-2 on Truitt. Trying to avoid striking out for the 3rd time. Off the end of the bat. Skied out of play. Blake Hall on deck. He was able to launch a solo home run to right field in the 6th inning. Called strike 3. 12th strikeout for Benedictine pitching. And there's one down. Final line for Robbie Dudzinski. 7 innings pitched, allowing 4 runs, 6 hits, 11 strikeouts, a season best, couple of walks. He threw 119 pitches. Blake Hall, he takes strike 1. Overall, MSOE has out-hit Benedictine 7-4, and they've let throughout as MSOE jumped in front 1-0 in the first. This could be 2. A 6-4 on the flip. Not in time. Man, that relay throw has been a challenge for everybody today. So Overly is retired on a 6-4, 2-1 before scoring 2 in the top of the 6th. Ball gets away from Williams, and the second base goes Blake Hall. In fact, MSOE has led throughout this tournament now. They, again, jumped in front against Concordia Chicago by a 7-0 score, scoring twice in the bottom of the 2nd of that game to set the tone. A good day so far for the Raiders. Up the middle, base hit. Hall is going to round third and score. RBI single for Nolan Wachakowski. His second hit. 5-1 MSOE.
Now batting, number 31, Francis Ryan.
Brings up Francis Ryan. So MSOE able to extend their lead off the RBI single by Wachakowski. Three out of the 5 runs have come with 2 outs on the board. This being the 6th, checked at 9th multi-hit game. That for Wachakowski. Perhaps working on a 6th multi-RBI game. 2 balls and 1 strike. Real anxious to see. I'm not sure you go back to Chris Barnes or not. Obviously, he can tell the staff how he's feeling in that dugout, but coming off that 1-2-3 7th. Ball lifted left center. It's going to carry, and it's going to carry out of here. A 2-run home run for Francis Ryan. MSOE now leads 7-1.
Now coming to the plate, number 25, Kobe Olden.
Francis Ryan, the freshman from Joliet, Illinois. His first collegiate home run. Brings up Kobe Alderden. Saw one of the dads running toward the outfield fence, perhaps to retrieve that home run ball to give to Francis Ryan, his first collegiate home run. What a time to hit it. And now a 7-1 lead for MSOE. They have gone yard twice now in this game. Alderden. A ground rule double. And the Raider bats exploding here in the 8th.
Now up to bat, number 7, Josh Fire.
So Wachakowski scoring on that 2-run home run by Francis Ryan, who's a triple shy of the cycle. Now a ground rule double from Alderden, bringing up Josh Byer. 6-run Raiders lead. They have outscored their opponents 17-2 so far today. The number 3 seed getting it done. And remember, from a pitching perspective, their ace still in their back pocket. Potentially could go tomorrow. If not, well, you're guaranteed with a win here. If you can hang on here, you're guaranteed a game on Saturday as well, regardless of what happens tomorrow night. Two balls and one strike to Byer. Make it 3 balls, 1 strike. So Andrew Kurz, who got rocked against MSOE in April, certainly have a difficult time of it here in the 8th. Runs the count full at 3-2. Now make it 7 runs, 10 hits for MSOE. And a foul ball. So 7 runs on 10 hits. They've out-hit Benedictine 10-4. Foul ball. Count stays at 3 balls and a couple of strikes. Right center base hit. Hits keep on coming. Rounding third base, Alderton. He's going to score. RBI single for Josh Byer. 4 consecutive hits since out number 2 was recorded. MSOE now leads 8-1.
Number 23, Brandon Boshaw.
Couple of RBIs now for Byer. And for Byer, his 6th multi-RBI performance. Boshaw with a foul ball. Four runs off of 5 hits in this 8th. Boshaw, the 8th batter. He is the 5th since the second out was recorded. To second base, high throw. Steal a second for Byer. Boshaw strikes out for out number 3. But damage done against the bullpen. MSOE, they score 4 runs. They pick up 5 hits. No errors.
Now batting number 14, Cole Wilson.
(8-1) MSOE, bottom of the 8th here in Game 3 of this 2022 NACC Baseball Tournament. Cole Wilson leading things off. Chris Barnes still pitching. And throwing ball 1. That is his 103rd pitch. Man, what a luxury. You had your starter go the distance against Concordia Chicago. Now your starter into the 8th here in Game 2. A couple of times in both games, the bullpen's been activated, but nothing beyond some practice tosses. Count goes to 2-1. As we told you earlier, Barnes' longest outing, 7 2/3 against Aurora back on April the 16th. 3-1. Trying to avoid that third walk. Has struck out 4 today. Has retired the last 7 faced. Overly's going to have to hurry, and does. 8 straight retired. 1 down for Damon Castillo.
Damon Castillo.
A walk and a couple of singles. He's 2 for 2 officially. More baseball to come after this. Top-seeded Aurora taking on 4th-seeded St. Norbert. Green Knights able to overcome a hiccup early against Edgewood. In their victory 7-4 during our second game. Aurora, the regular season NACC champs, able to finish a game up on Benedictine 21-3. They were predicted number 1, did not disappoint. That team ranked 16th in the nation. Recording their 4th 30-plus win season since 2018. No stranger to winning here at Capco Park, winning championships on this field. That comes your way next. Benedictine trying to figure this field out. They've had some tough luck here, and this one looks like it's not going to go their way either. If this stays as is, it will be their 5th straight NACC tournament loss here in Mequon. They have not won here in 5 years. The 2-2 comes 3-2, and they will be in a position fighting off elimination tomorrow against the loser of the next game between Aurora and St. Norbert. That's a 1 o'clock elimination game tomorrow. Teams are on the chopping block. Games 1, 2, and 3 tomorrow. Castillo up the middle, base hit. 3 for 3 with a walk. He has recorded hits in the last 10 games, 20 of the last 21. Hits in 33 of 38 games played, with this being his 16th multi-hit performance. He was swinging a hot bat on Sunday at Dominican as well, was Castillo, going 6 of 10 with 3 RBIs, a couple of doubles, and a home run in that doubleheader. Kevin Bushnell, I'm venturing to guess he's ecstatic about the fact that he's up there with less than 2 outs. He has been out number 3 in each of his 3 plate appearances so far. Barring a double play, that won't be the case this time. Base hit left field. Well, Benedictine making some noise, first and second with 1 down.
Now batting number 15.
That may be it for Chris Barnes. wait and see. They're going to keep him out there at 115 pitches. I think his coaching staff just communicate with Chris Barnes. Hey, just relax, calm down, you're fine. Got a huge safety net behind him. Quickly forget about it, move on. And throw strikes. Tennyson behind 0-1. He's 1 for 3 at the plate. Nothing in 2. Both swings have been way off for Tennyson. Trying to get Tennyson to chase. Able to hold up and the count at 1-2. Cameron Falk in the on-deck circle. soon to be 119 pitches now for Chris Barnes. With the strikeout, he matches his season long. A 7 2/3. A strikeout of Tennyson. 2 down.
Number 33, Cameron Falk.
And that brings up Cameron Falk. So this match is the longest outing of the year for Barnes. As he throws a ball up high to Falk. 5th strikeout now for Chris Barnes. Falk with a fielder's choice, a fly out and a strikeout. The 1-0 in there for strike 1. Leading right at second base, Castillo. Bushnell occupies first. The 1-1. Calling for it. Well, Truitt falls down. The turf monster bites. Colin Truitt calling for it. And he got bit by the turf monster. Down he goes. And a hit here for Cameron Falk, low to the bases. So all of a sudden, life here for Benedictine with 2 outs. And Peter Torelli off the hit. 7th for Benedictine. Now what was going to be an easy 3rd out. No balls and a strike here to Torelli. Chris Barnes now looking to get the out himself. Said, I got this. Let's go. He's at 122 pitches. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Foul ball to stay alive. So far in this game, Benedictine has left 6 on base. Great chance here to cut into the deficit, give themselves a fighting chance moving forward. To short, Byer to second. A 6-4 force to end the 8th. No runs, 3 hits, no errors, bases left loaded. After 8, 8-1 MSOE. Pitcher, and for Benedictine, Austin Pizer. He is 5'10", 200 pounds, a freshman, right-hander from Highland, Indiana. 9th appearance, all in relief. He is 2-0 with a 3.93 ERA. Kyle Lebeds leads things off for MSOE. First pitch is going to carry way out of Capco Park. But Pizer with 1 save, 18 1/3 innings pitched, 8 runs allowed, all earned, 19 hits, 15 strikeouts, 5 walks, with an opposing batting average of .284. It's 0-2. Andrew Kurz lasted 1 inning in relief, allowed 4 runs, 5 hits, couple of strikeouts, no walks, throwing 29 pitches. Torelli throws out Lebeds. 1 out for Micah Overly.
Number 28, Micah Overly.
Tries to hold up. Did he go? No, he did not on the appeal to Mike Slowinski, the third base umpire. Swing and a miss. Count even at 1-1. Well, skipping rocks to the plate. Overly taking a ball on the count at 2-1. Two and two. If MSOE can hang on, this will be their 25th win on the year, matching the program record set back in 2018. will guarantee at least 2 more games, 2 more days here at Capco Park. On the 3-2, Tennyson still going back as he nears the wall, cannot come up with it. He got distracted by the big Freddy the Falcon logo off the fence. And a second base, Micah Overly. Yeah, I'm not sure Tennyson knew how close he was adjacent to the fence. And a double here for Overly. And we have a pinch hitter. Matthew Clement, a sophomore from Waukesha, Wisconsin, out of Catholic Memorial High School. And now the helicopter flyover here at Capco Park. Clement. First base, Castillo on the catch. Yeah, looking at the numbers, Clement hitting .279 coming in. This being an 18th game appearance, 7th off the bench. As he is the second out, bringing up Blake Hall. A couple of RBIs to his credit, including the solo shot to right. Yeah, 0-1. Nothing in 2. Count goes to 1 ball, couple of strikes. Overly looking to come around and score for the second time in this game. He's been on base 3 times today. To left, will drop for a base hit. Rounding third base, Overly. He's going to score. RBI double for Blake Hall. 2 doubles, a home run, 3 RBIs for Hall today. 9-1 MSOE.
Now batting, number 3, Nolan Wojciechowski.
But eventually able to crack the seal, and MSOE has busted this game wide open. A couple of very impressive performances so far today. 19-2 now, the scoring differential in the 2 NACC tournament games for the Raiders. Wojciechowski down the left field line. This could be trouble, but it's a foul ball. If he's to reach, Francis Ryan is on deck. He is a triple away from the cycle. There's been 1 triple in this game off the bat of Kyle Lebeds back in the 6th. The 2-1 becomes 3 balls and 1 strike. Base hit left field. Blake Hall is going to try to score, and he will for the second time, but out by plenty at second base. Walchakowski. RBI single, run counts. Add another. It's now 10-1 MSOE for a second game today. It's the same score, different opponent. They're to the bottom of the ninth. Benedictine's last hope here in Game 3 of the 2022 NACC Baseball Tournament. How about this, bottom of the ninth inning, and Chris Barnes
Number 44, Kyle
looking for a
Williams.
complete game. 126 pitches already, a season long for Barnes, having lasted 8. Facing the 8-9-1 hitters in a 10-1 ball game. The same final as Game 1 when MSOE beat Concordia Chicago. Kyle Williams, foul ball off the first pitch. 10 runs, 13 hits, 1 error, 5 left on base for MSOE. Benedictine, 1 run, 7 hits, no errors so far, 9 stranded. Overly. Nice stretch at first. That by Matthew Clement, now playing first base. He stays in the game. 1 down. Chris Barnes in line for the victory to improve to 3 and 4. And Robbie Dudzinski in line for the loss, which would drop him to 7 and 2. And MSOE will advance in the winner's bracket. Benedictine will be fighting for their tournament lives tomorrow at approximately 1 o'clock against either Aurora or St. Norbert. The loser of that matchup. The winner of that matchup takes on MSOE at 7 tomorrow night. Nice break here for the Raiders so they can hang on. Almost 24 hours after playing 2 games in about a 9-hour stretch. The foul ball here from Alex Cameron. One ball, 2 strikes. Getting jammed. Cameron outnumbered 2 by Blake Hall. And now the Eagles down to their final out.
Now back at the top of the order.
What an outing for Chris Barnes.
Ryan Gobek.
That's the other storyline from these 2 games, besides the fact a couple of convincing wins. Not once has MSOE used the bullpen. They're going to be in great shape going into tomorrow night. Great shape. The 1-0 to Ryan Dubek. 2 balls and no strikes. Game 1, you got a complete outing. That from Nolan Vincent. And now Chris Barnes on the verge of a complete game. Would be his first complete game of the year. Three and 1. Any activity that was up for MSOE in the bullpen is now down. That bullpen has stopped working. So Barnes with a little bit of a leash here. Longer rope. He's now a strike away from putting this one officially in the win column. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Did he go? Yes, he did. Maybe not. Home plate umpire first pointed as though maybe he offered, but all he did was point to say, hey, take your base. A 2-out walk.
Number 14, Cole Wilson.
And you could see the quick reaction there by Kobe Alderton to try to apply the tag, but not necessary. So a walk here. 3rd walk allowed by Barnes. Brings up Cole Wilson. 138 pitches down thrown by Barnes. This will be 139. That arm at this point has to feel like jelly. No balls and a strike. Make it 1 and 1. And you know at this point, hereafter, the combination of both Vincent and now Barnes will be probably the biggest cheerleaders in that dugout. Their weekends are done. They did what they needed to do. Out to right. Labeds is there. Ball game over. MSOE, another impressive win. A couple of wins by a combined 20-2 score. MSOE moving on to the winner's bracket. 7 o'clock tomorrow against the winner of our nightcap between Aurora and St. Norbert's. Final line score, 10 runs, 13 hits, 1 error, 5 left on base for MSOE. Benedictine with 1 run, 7 hits, no errors, and they strand a total of 10 on base. Win goes to Chris Barnes, a complete game, 141 pitches thrown as he gives up 1 run, just 7 hits, striking out 5, walking 3. So he's 3 and 4. Loss goes to Robbie Dudzinski, who falls to 7 and 2. Stay tuned, coming up at 7:15, our nightcap. Number 1, Aurora. Get ready to take on St. Norbert, the number 4 seed. Again,